Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the Temple of Truth. Today, the 7th of August, the 7th day of the 10-day days of rage. Today is day 7, right? Please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Kindly read the description as well. Yeah, that will give you more idea of why you are going to stay longer than you plan. Like the broadcast, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell all of them that Mayegun today. And yes, you like you too. They may be giving you an impression. This protest is not working. The momentum is dying. I am here to tell you that you are wrong. Today, Tinubu released another short video. I don't know where they got that from. Tinubu is begging Nigerians again, please give me some time. I understand your problem. But it will never address the real problem. Road bad. Rice. No security. Rice. Fight corruption. Give them rice. Because he believes that whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Tell everybody. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Mayegun Live. I know some of you will be asking, why did we not see you today again this afternoon? Just consider that I'm still kind of like enjoying that extended rest. I need it. But you can always be rest assured that whatever you missed during the day, I will make up for it at night, like now. So this afternoon, Tinubu released, or Tinubu's handlers, they released a video where Tinubu again, just like, the economy is hard, I know you are struggling, but just give me time. But in that same vein, this morning, the country that is battling with economic crisis, that the protesters are asking the ruling class to cut down the waste they spend on themselves, frivolities. Tinubu made some announcement again today, appointment rather. And it was the former speaker, former governor of Katsina, Masaku, the man that left Katsina State with over 500,000 out-of-school children, has been appointed to lead the institution called Tet Fund. an institution responsible for awarding educational scholarship and support for Nigerian students. So this guy will now be their chairman. They have more than 30,000 people they've appointed into different kind of boards and all of them will need cars. They will need allowances. They will need sittings. And all this is coming from the scarce resources of Nigeria, as they say. The demands of the protesters are still very clear. And right now in northern Nigeria, they are not even pretty much asking, just if Tinubu to go. They are going after their own political class too, one by one. We don't know how far this is going to go. But before all of this is lost on us, let's remind ourselves the demands of the protesters. No amount of begging and no amount of, threats will make all this go away. Now, to those who probably feel and believe that none of this will be achieved, since there is, since we don't have so many people, like the people of Bangladesh, okay? Since we don't have as many people as people of Bangladesh on the streets, these guys will never take them serious. And that is why we need to continue to tell you and show to you those who have resisted all of the threats, including death, to continue to demand for the following. Scrap the 1999 Constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria through a sovereign national conference, immediately followed by a national referendum. Toss the Senate arm of the Nigerian legislative system, keep the House of Representatives, and make lawmaking a part-time endeavor. Pay Nigerian workers a minimum wage of nothing less than 250,000 naira monthly. Invest heavily in education and give Nigerian student grants, not loans. Aggressively pursue free and compulsory education for children across Nigeria. Currently, there are over 20 million out-of-school children across Nigeria. As we speak, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and demilitarize the Southeast. All NSAS and political detainees must also be released and should be compensated. Rationalize publicly owned, nationalize public-owned enterprises sold to government officials and cronies. Reinstate a corruption-free subsidy regime to reduce hunger, starvation, and multidimensional poverty. Probe past and present Nigerian leaders who have looted the treasury, recover their loot, and deposit it in a special account to fund education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Restructuring of Nigeria to accommodate Nigeria's diversity, resource control, decentralization, and regional government. Now, you see this number, look at this. So, this number 8, number 9, this can be more or less like an ongoing thing that they don't have to do immediately, okay? But they have to show the sign that they want to. You see, number 1, number 2, number number 6, number 8, number 9. What else do I have there that they don't have to be immediate, right? So number 12, right? But you see all these ones like number 3. An announcement can be made, an arrangement can be made on that right away. Number 4, yes, they can take all their appointments they are giving people right now. They can use all of that money to invest in you. This number 4. Number 5, that one is just a pronouncement. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that has been unjustifiably locked up by the system in Nigeria should be released unconditionally. And same goes for all of the legally detained LNSAs. 4 years ago, they have been locked up. Now, that one can be announced immediately, right? Now, look at the number, number 10. That too can be done immediately, but not like, right away. But an announcement and pronouncement and action towards it can begin to make you believe that this is going to end. and farmers can go back to the farm. They can grow food. Eh? And all this food inflation can end, right? Now, this number 11 can be done right away as well. All this useless appointment, they are giving all of these guys energy, special energy fund to drive massive corruption-free power sector. Yeah, that can be done right away. No, so same thing goes for this number 12, but maybe not right away. Then this one at number 14 can be done right away. Number 13 can be done right away. But you don't get to see the result right away. But you can see the actions, right? And you can monitor the action. But they do not have any plan for that. Rather, they will give you rice. Remember that, rice. Yesterday, Wale Idun, one of the intelligent men appointed by Tinubu to come and save your economy. The guys that have been borrowing, the same guys that added 34 trillion naira to Nigeria debt in 1 year. They ask him, see, Wala don't they now? Everybody don't they protest? And it's just a matter of time. Yeah, in northern Nigeria, it's so strong. In southern Nigeria, it is strong, but it is not like a general. So is it going to lead to a time when the entire country will be on lockdown? Or Tinubu is still going to enjoy what they are doing right now, which is continue to threaten the handful of protesters that are defying their threats, continue to do that. Or crush them once and for all and wait them to tire out. But there's something I needed to know. You see, about a month ago, the wahala that became viral just a few days ago in Bangladesh, the protest that finally ousted their former dictator, a woman, prime minister, after 15 years or so in power, did not start and end in a week. Okay? In fact, it didn't cover the whole country for so many times, right? Until the last 2 weeks, when the people killed by the regime in Bangladesh, right, started sharing the identities of all these people killed. And before you know it, the entire country couldn't really take it. How could you kill over 300 people for asking you to reverse the policy that makes them poorer? And so to those of you who are watching from Nigeria all over the world, you see those who are defying these criminals, they are those that will eventually, right, trigger what some of you will probably prefer, a revolution. And the criminals in Nigeria are pushing you towards that. And Tinubu is doing that perfectly. However, they see kind of believe too that if this should get, or this could get out of hand somehow, so they can give you a mixed match of, yeah, we are sorry that you are suffering, but you just need to endure it a little bit more. Meanwhile, they ask Wale Idun, listen, what's your plan? Everybody is angry now. Do you have any immediate plan? Any, like medium, long-term or short-term plans to? They do not have any. In fact, this man has admitted that Tinubu has been paying subsidy. He said Nigeria has been paying $600 million on subsidy, even though it was never budgeted for. So that is one information that I will have him say to you soon. And to those of you who have been hearing that on this platform for so long, that they told you, they lied to you, that they removed subsidy and they are saving money from subsidy. When you ask them, okay, how much have you now saved from subsidy? They will tell you, oh, state governors are collecting more money than before. So which means they were printing money, sharing money, but you are paying for something you believe that you are sacrificing for. That was the whole thing. You felt like you are sacrificing, and very soon everything will pay off. If Tinubu is going to now transform your suffering, maybe in another 2 years or 3 years, But later, some of you will not make it to 3 years by the time these guys are done. So he has come on here to say, yes, we have been paying subsidy. In fact, 600 million naira was what we have been paying. And with the situation, in fact, I will let him finish. Say it to you. I'm coming back.
To make hunger, to reduce hunger. So,
thank you, Nancy. Let me start by where, in fact, Mr. President started a couple of days ago to say that the protest, the recent protest, has been saddening in the aftermath, which has led to loss of life, destruction of property, and violence. That is very, very saddening. And of course, we continue to call for an end to the protest and the embracing of dialogue. We should never stop taking the opportunity, and the door is wide open for dialogue with all sections of the population. Having said that, the issue of the heightened cost of living, as we know, it is a fallout of the macroeconomic reforms. And before I come to the issue of the specific measures being taken now, it is important to lay the backdrop that when these decisions were taken by Mr. President, bold, courageous, and necessary decisions, the country was on the verge of bankruptcy. There was no way you could sustain living. We're living on borrowed time and living on borrowed money. That was put to an end by stopping the wasteful expenditure on subsidy, and also by stopping the ill-managed and very, very opaque foreign exchange regime. No fuel subsidy in the budget.
There's no fuel subsidy.
There's no fuel subsidy in the budget. That is the truth. That is the technical fact. We have signs that we are going in the right direction, and what we must be determined to do is to maintain those trends. Those trends will take us to where we want to go. And you've got to, when you say where will we get money from, the Ministry of Petroleum through the NNPC has committed to 2 million barrels a day.
By when?
2 million barrels a day at $80 a barrel takes us out of the woods, not just in the short term, but the medium term, because we will rally around that additional infusion of not just income, but foreign exchange to get the economy going and to attract investors and to bring down the exchange rate, bring down inflation, bring down interest rates. At the overall level, at the macro level and the fundamental level, things are falling into shape. The issue is that at the micro level, there's yet to be a drilling down to where people experience life. So the answer in the short, medium, and long term is for Nigerians to produce, to grow, and to produce, and to harvest, and to process their own food. With the kind of food production program we have, inflation will come down as prices come down. When inflation comes down, exchange rate will stay.
Nuisance, Lele. It could go on and on like that. But that's how they fool people. Could you make any sense out of all he said there? I mean, if you are somebody in Nigeria, okay, and you want to know what they are doing, okay, let me try and pick few things he said. Now I'll kind of throw that to you so you can then be the judge if it make any sense or not. Okay, so according to him, he said that the Ministry of Petroleum and NNPC, they are committed to 2 million barrels of crude oil every day, right? That if they can meet 2 million barrels a day, that means they will expect more money from the crude oil, which is like more forex. And according to him, if that happens, the exchange rates will come down because there will be more money, which is projection. Abi, that's one. Or maybe I should treat that first. So what will happen if they don't meet the 2 million barrels, because right now they are only producing or extracting 1.1 million barrels of crude oil daily. Remember, it's not Nigeria that is extracting that, not the oil companies, right? And Nigeria will collect 40% or so royalty from that money. That is what they are banking on. There's no any other economy policy. Okay? No. The issue is about money. Nigeria need money. And they need to throw more money at the problems. Here you get. So currently, Nigeria is producing 1.1 million and collecting very paltry sum of return from that. And in most places, they've already used the future oil prospect in Nigeria as collateral as a collateral to the loans they've collected and spent. Wale Idun is categorically telling you that Nigeria is bankrupt, even though they are telling you on the other side that Nigeria could have gone bankrupt if not because Tinubu and the idea that they are now telling you to wait. It go manifest later, like it will mature later. So they are promising Nigerians on future impossible things. What is that? These criminals are depending on the oil, IOCs, international oil companies, the ones that are extracting the crude oil. They are depending on them that if they can try and improve the, can you do more than 1.1 million? If you can do 2 million, we are going to have more than this money you are giving us. Please. Okay, we will try. We will try and see what we can do. Then Wale Idun will face Nigerians and say, Tinubu's idea and vision is that by the time we begin to extract 2 million barrels, all this problem will disappear. Meanwhile, before these criminals came in, Nigeria was doing 1.8 million barrels a day. And then these rogues came in. That production dropped. And guess what? To the oil thieves. So right now, not that Nigeria has no capacity of extracting 2 million barrels. But they will keep saying that to you that to expect it. Meanwhile, their ships are on the IC in the creek of Niger Delta, stealing your crude oil in hundreds of thousands of barrels every day. They are securely protected by their navy who are involved. Abi, what do you think oil bunkering is all about? And who are those who have the capacity to steal crude oil than those in government and their friends? But they are promising millions of Nigerians that, listen, if we have money, they say if they make more money from crude oil, investors will now come to Nigeria. He also said it is time is the minister in a government that is in power. Nigerians need to try and grow their own food. When those who attempted to grow their food in Nigeria have either lost their lives, lost their farms. Yes, some of them are living in IDP camps as we speak. There is no roadmap on how they are going to end terrorism, which has affected the food production in Nigeria, but they continue to promise or give Nigerians promissory notes. And if you defy that, then they will kill you. If Tinubu bought this presidency, it doesn't give a damn about you. Anything it says to you, if you believe it, you are on your own. I told you that when they said they will give you student loan, I said, if a government says we are giving student loan, that simply means if you are a student, a valid student of any institution in Nigeria, when government rolls out a program like that, all you have to do is to go onto the program. But it was these fraudsters, this Bajue, who said they will give you 10 billion for student loan. I mean, you have According to them, they say you have more than 5 million students in Nigeria. And they said, now those ones who are too poor, that will take the loan, not grants. Now they are now saying they've selected some schools that are benefiting from northern Nigeria, just one, where they have handful of people, federal government of a country, oh, they have handful of people. We are 20 or 30 people, right? To say, I've collected the loan 460,000. I've collected the loan 250,000. And they said, now the people have been benefiting from the student loan because it is all scheme together this way to run you a scam that at least they will have 1, 2, 3 of you as witnesses just to validate it. And yes, Tinubu and his gang, who have no single plan for you, can promise you everything, including imaginary things, and you can see through them.